My name is Cindy Lowe, and I want to tell my story of excellence in care by the staff of Henry County Medical Center. In 1990, I was experiencing some health difficulties. Nothing very serious, I thought at the time, but I just wasn't feeling like myself. I'd gone to another doctor in another town who had assured me there was nothing wrong. But as my symptoms began to get worse, my husband encouraged me to go to a relatively new doctor in town. He'd been in town about 2 months. His name was Dr. Danny Kimberlin. And I thought, why not? I'll try, because I was feeling that bad. And I went, and Dr. Kimberlin told me that I was pregnant, but I also had a very, very large fibroid tumor in my uterus. Because of that, I had to experience a different kind of pregnancy than most women would normally experience. I had to go in weekly for checks just to make sure everything was progressing as it should. And at 4 months, that turned to what we thought to be the worst case scenario at the time. My tumor began to go through something called red degeneration. And that's where the tumor begins to start to throb. And each time it throbbed, it hit the bag of waters. And each time that happened, the potential to miscarry my baby was great. So Dr. Kimberlin said, well, the plan that we had to do a scheduled C-section and take the baby and the tumor at the same time is going to have to be put on the back burner. I'm going to admit you to the hospital, and we're going to take this tumor out right now. I said, has this ever been done before? He assured me that he had done it before and it was going to be okay. When I checked into the hospital, I found out a very different story. It was a procedure that had never been done in Henry County before. Even though Dr. Kimberlin, who had just recently come from Arkansas, had done it, it was a bit of an anomaly to the Henry County medical staff. But I assure you that they did everything they could over the next week to make sure that my baby was going to be healthy and happy. I was told by the nurse in the operating room that I was wheeled into the surgery, that Dr. Kimberlin made the cut, that he pulled up my baby. She held my baby in her hand, and he took the tumor out, and they put it back in. They put my baby back in. You'll be happy to know that I did carry her 9 months. Granted, I did spend a lot of time in bed, but she was born a healthy, happy baby. I couldn't have made it without the excellent care of the Henry County Medical Center staff from beginning to end. The nurses in the OB unit were wonderful. The people in the surgery were wonderful. Everybody, every step of the way, for both that surgery, for the C-section that delivered my baby, for the next C-section that delivered my very uneventful pregnancy 2 years later, and finally, the last surgery that I had at Henry County Medical Center, which was when the fibroids became so numerous that I had to have a hysterectomy. At that time, Dr. Kimberlin came in and sat on the edge of my bed and cried with me. He said, you know, we ought to just be happy that we've got 2 beautiful, healthy babies and look at it that way. And that's how I looked at it every day after that. A friend who was in the room later told me, she said, you know, I thought I liked my OBGYN, but I can't imagine him sitting on the bed with me and crying. That's just one of the examples of the wonderful, wonderful medical care you can receive as a woman at Henry County Medical Center. That's my story of excellence in care, and I hope that everyone will consider that as they think about where our community and hospital need to be for the women of Henry County. Thank you.
I am her baby, Mary Catherine Lowe, and I'm so grateful that Henry County Medical Center OB saved my life and my mom's life and continues to provide vital women's care in our rural community.